good.
Oh, this is a microphone?
Yep.
So, you know, no few way we can get it from right there. Cost 40,000 or 100,000. Gabriel Ruiz keeps saying, hey, I send it for 12 megabits per second. I'm like, Gabriel, why don't you send me a phaser? And he's like, well, it's going to cost you $40,000. I'm like, what the hell, man? Why are you touting your horn then? So, and he's doing it in very, structured environment. So this is much less expensive, and then we have the whole FPGA in the back. So we don't need NI, which is going to cost you an arm and a leg. And
what is the data rate? What is the bandwidth?
So right now so RF bandwidth is about, in this case, is about 1 gigahertz. We can increase that. We can easily, I have spec'd it out for these proposals. And then right now we have 370 megasamples per second, but we can always go up to 1 gigasamples per second. But you can go up higher for that as well. That's no big deal. I'm spec'ing 2 samples per second. So I think
what is the signaling that you're using?
Right now this is just this is OFDM. Yeah, right now it's 4 bits. This is OFDM, and we have a whole frame. We do frame sync, time sync, and then we do channel estimation, and so we're doing temporal, frequency domain equalization. We're doing also offset correction, but actually we don't need to do offset correction. These oscillators are amazingly stable. And then we can do channel measurements with this. And so in this project, our goal is to do 4 of these and cactus network. But our first this is our platform as a this we could provide for beamforming, initial beamforming configurations in the access point.
So ideally you would do this at the transmitter and
and all of this eventually will be comparable. All of this is now the speaking point. The wave guide. One of them, I want to all this is one.
So basically, for me, a very nice thought experiment. So with your setup, so this standard phase array kind of setup.
Good luck.
Well, not today, but eventually, as part of the
And the treble weight, the amplifier was pretty much but the camera freezed. This is driver software talking stores. But I was talking to some alumni who last year was a wanted celebration metal feature, probably alumni speakers. There was this movement and one of them had some connection with satellite communication, and I asked if that related to amplifier seated by semiconductor device, and I was told, well, they're sort of working. So, way above cutoff.
what are you talking about?
And then there was this was phone conversation, single pipe, analog. And it never did anything. And the only use of it, so we should look at this.
That's
very large radio telescope.
so this is like a nice 28. So that's a nice little reflection from there. Oh, they're running?
Yeah.
Okay.
So can you build what would be very nice to see is a time domain channel in impulse response.
Oh, we have that. Data analytics.
Do you have that?
Yeah, we have that later. Maybe where is Chris? Chris, maybe your data analytics are called for. She's saying impulse response. We can show you later on some impulse response. Or tomorrow. Are you going to be here tomorrow?
Yeah.
He can show you. This is so cool to me. They build a whole data analysis backend, and MATLAB is interested. They're part of the consortium now, and we can do it. And we will not be tied to that. So this is not the typical academic. Typical academics start pooping in their pants at this point. With all due respect, they want to give people their hardware, and they want to say, "NSF, please give me money so that I can buy this from these companies." We are building it from the scratch, and I think we can help people replicate it at other places, and I am super excited about it, as you can tell. And in MATLAB, this is something you may not know, but in MATLAB you can develop a code, and then you can create VHDL code which can put FBA. But it's
Not
easy.
not supposed to be very optimized, but for this you may. What I've heard from people who've done that is that.
But the same limitations apply with LabVIEW too. So that's maybe why they put 5 FPGAs for little stuff that we are doing in one FPGA.
But does your signal have any coding on it?
No, this is completely uncoded.
It's uncoded. So if you really wanted to do a full
you can add
system,
another.
you'd have to. I think a lot of the FPGA horsepower also goes into doing the decoding.
Right. But I think right now I've talked to them quite a bit. Right now, basically, their approach is, hey, how fast can we get a product? So what's the easiest way? So they put another FPGA, because every time they put an FPGA, they also hear the cha-ching sound in their head. And hey, that just boosts up, or another slot in the rack is filled up. So they're not thinking of optimizing, but you can optimize quite a bit. So for example, we will soon have all this process. So right now, by the way, this is coming through the Ethernet port, which is not the fastest, and we're doing all the processing in MATLAB, so it's very substantive. This is just for display. And we're going to be migrating this into the FPGA pretty soon. And then, we want to start developing. So my goal for power is, first year we get at least a couple of these access point nodes, and maybe a couple of UV nodes, so that we're just getting the data transfer.
How much does this whole setup cost?
Oh, this is about 15,000. Roughly 15,000 of the digital baseband, and then this is probably, I would say, another 15,000 to 20,000. So this is about less than 50,000.
This is just the hardware.
This is what else costs?
People cost.
Yeah, people cost, of course, but NI is going to be the hardware
No,
cost.
I'm not comparing with NI. I'm just getting. These guys have put in.
If I give it to NI, they'll sell this puppy for $700,000. And then they come up with a porcupine. I mean, I want them to put this in the sounder. Oh God, this makes me irritated. It's really angry. Look up Google porcupine from National Instruments, and there's National Instruments, and you tell me, AT&T and National Instruments come together and develop the porcupine. My God, you guys need to get the lame innovation. Because there's better things to do. You put this in there, man. 4 antennas. 4 waveguide 4 antennas. I guess AT&T designed that.
AT&T designed the antenna.
Yeah, that's why.
We supplied the baseline.
Okay, you put this instead of their antenna.
So what's the main effect?
You will be able to have a lot more narrower beams. You'll be able to cover the entire thing. You'll have much finer spatial resolution measurements. And you can bring the cost down, which is limiting to you right now.
So basically, this is your lens?
This is my lens. So think about this. You have right now in Porcupine has about 8 sectors. There are 4 basically waveguide antennas, ports. And you replace them here and put a lens up front. And then you can select and search, and you have narrower beams, and you can search. You can scan the surface with narrower spacing. It's trivial.
So, but there's the intention of covering the hemisphere?
Yeah, I'll cover the entire hemisphere. Right now you're covering it with this big tiles, and I'll cover it with this narrow tile. And the fact that two of the leaders in the industry cannot think of that is kind of disappointing.
I mean, it would be good if you start talking to Saeed from AT&T.
Who's Saeed? Saeed got yes. Yeah, but I would love to talk to him. Absolutely. He's the one who was building. I thought I pissed off Arun.
Yeah, Arun is his boss, so you pissed him off too.
All right, good. That's my job here. Get everyone pissed off so that they can actually do something.
No, I mean from an academic industry collaboration standpoint.
I think I am absolutely very interested in that because I think, and there's a need for channel sound, and I think we can do that.
But on the transmitter side, if I were to use the same thing on the transmit side, how would I do things like if I wanted to do recording?
Right there.
But then, so I have 16 elements.
No, you have 4 sheets. You'll select.
I have 4. So you can only do selection.
No, Monisha, no. What do you do pre-coding? Whose Kool-Aid are you drinking?
No. Suppose.
What's brainwashing?
No. So pre-coding, when I have multiple users, I'm a transmitter. I want to send multiple beams to 10 different users, right, from the same place. One way of doing it, not the only way, one way of doing it is I channel sound and I use the channels of these users and I pre-code my outgoing signal so that I get these 5 or 6 beams.
Exactly.
How do I do it over here?
So what you do it is, there's 2 things. One is, what you describe can be done in many different architectures. Conventional is digital beam format, okay? That will correspond to sampling this. You'll get 700 elements, and you put RF chains behind all of them. Impossible at these frequencies.
Now, how do you characterize this on the transmitter side is what I'm having?
This is exactly, it's reciprocal, it's electromagnetic. So you put it on this. So right now what will happen is that these 2, this can scan, as I told you, a sector of 16 degrees right now. And your receiver will also scan at 16 degrees, and those, you'll see where those spatial 16 beams of the transmitter and receiver couple together, whether it's non-line of sight or line of sight. Then, on top of it, now if I could put digital and all behind it, what I'll do is, I'll have total digital beamforming. That's even too expensive because there'll be 16 RF chains. What I do is, in this case, we select 4, so this is for 4 simultaneous users, and what I'll do is select 4 beams, and then I can do, so that's a lower dimension, that's like an eigen transformation or SPD, whatever you want to call it. I'll do it based on power selection because beams are like eigenvectors at these quasi-optical frequencies, and then I'll pre-code on that lower dimension. One of the big things in millimeter wave is this space is sparse, and you want to find that sparse space. Beam space is the right way of doing it, and so you can do 4-dimensional pre-coding, whatever you would best
So you're doing it, you're basically doing it in beam space.
Yes, beam space is the way, and everyone is talking about it, and they still don't understand it because they've forgotten their high school physics or maybe college physics, that a lenses compute spatial Fourier transform. This puppy is doing a spatial Fourier transform, and this is why it's forming beams in all the different places.
So what frequency?
28. This is
28 gigahertz.
So we can do it at every frequency.
Right.
So this is, for example, this I want. So you said you mentioned the Nokia wave, right? Let's build a front end with this. It'll be 1/10 at least, or maybe 100th of the cost of a Nokia wave. And then the second thing would be sound. Let's do a phase array and lens array development for your NI platform.
So let's go back. I guess I wanted to understand a bit more. So this is 16.
Yeah.
These are all individually sampled.
No, 6. I select 4. I sample all of them, but I only connect 4 through the switches.
But that selection is happening sequentially, right? You have only 4 branches. When you show the display of 16.
Yeah. It's done 4. No, it's not a simultaneous. No, but I can send 4. Once I fix it, I am sending and receiving simultaneously.
4, yes. But from the 16, then.
Yeah.
So you're sort of sampling maybe 4 at a time.
So yeah, exactly. But right now, if anyone want to do 16 beams, you know what they'll use? They'll use 16 pounds of phase arrays. There's no other way.
So there's these are 4 independent
data streams.
Okay.
4 independent data streams mapped to 16 possible beams.
16 possible.
So one data stream is mapped to one of the 4
But you're doing
beams.
this on the receive side.
On the transmit
now.
side too.
Right.
Yeah.
Right now you're doing it on the receive
we can do it on the
side.
transmit side.
And
So is it like
you're,
16
you're basically
quadrants in a way?
Yeah,
16 beams.
4 quadrants of 4
4
each.
by 4.
So now imagine if you wanted to cover it. So right now it's 16 degrees covered. If I put one here, one on top, I'm put it into a 3 by 3 array of these, I'll have a 48 by 48 coverage. 48 degree coverage in both tracks. And then I have to do a little more selection and stuff.
And is there like the scanning?
So that's what I'm saying. You put another one here. You put another way here. Yeah, they always phase arrays also lose power, but they also lose power. We have seen 60 degrees we can easily do on both sides.
And what's the beam width?
4 degrees. This
each
is
of the
equivalent.
16, each of the 16 beams has a 4 degree.
Every one of them, yeah. This is equivalent in terms of beam resolution to a 700 element phase array at 20 half wave in space. Nobody has it. And
But this is like, it's almost like it's always, so there's no beams, there's no phase shifters, there's no beam
there's no
switching.
phase.
It's like all of
They're
these
fixed
are,
beams.
it's always on
Fixed
the
beams
same.
and you select
Yeah.
them.
So
So
it's basically beam selection.
it's beam space.
beam selection, you get the beam space selection, but the important
You have
thing is,
enough of them that you always
Yeah,
have.
and we have it's like it's a completely
So the
equivalent
thing is, if you
representation.
have a very narrow beam and if you have 10 of them, maybe you don't need to.
No, you do. In order to cover the space, they have to be the right spacing, and that's what we have developed in our field.
So what is the 16? Why is that the magic?
60 is because that was a buddy. That's the magic.
But from a beam width, so for example, like right off your demo here,
Yes.
4 degrees is pretty narrow.
Yes, it is very narrow.
I mean, that can be a disadvantage.
That is a listen. That can be a disadvantage, but it can also be an advantage. You get a better gain, higher gain.
Right.
But where is the 4 degrees coming from? What is limiting this to 4 degrees?
This aperture. That's basically something that aperture determines the beam width.
And what is the angle of coverage? Because if you have
16 degrees. I've all said.
16.
See, this is 16. 4 in each direction, right? So 4 times 4 is 16.
That's,
Oh yeah, but that's
like, how can you increase that, let's say, to 120 degrees?
suppose you
Oh,
need to
this is what I
scan.
talked about earlier. Put more here.
But it's all fixed beams, and basically
Yeah, but here's the thing. It's not a limitation because this is a sampling theorem. All information is preserved. And so if the beam is somewhere in the middle, you'll take those 2 beams and you can process everything. No information is lost. And you know, this is
is there a way to change the beam width?
so we are basically doing
By changing the aperture.
So this is a special for it.
Not adaptive.
And so what we're doing is what? Everything a phase array can do, this can do. This is
So maybe that's the question. Like, can this have varying beam width?
yes, I can excite multiple beams there. Absolutely.
Like,
Listen.
is the beam width dictated by just
No, it's also a factor of how many you excite here.
how many you excite?
Excite them. I can alter the beam width too. Everything. It depends on how you process in the back. It's a completely mathematically equivalent version. So what we're doing is we're doing
It's
beam
actually, I think, better way to think about it is an optical system.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I mean, it is.
No, it's not just.
Well, it's. I guess the
More
question is.
similar to that.
So I love this, you know. It takes a while. I've been saying the same thing for a whole morning. It takes a while for you to understand for 2 hours the thing, and then you start lecturing on the same thing.
No, so go back to varying the beam width. So how do you do that?
Exciting multiple feeds. So this will require more discussion, and maybe it's NDA. No, I'm not. It's not NDA. Because I repeat. I feel like I'm repeating myself, and you know I've been repeating it for 10 years, and the community doesn't get it. So I'm going to tell Ken and maybe some else people. So here is the lens. So we're doing it beamforming. This lens, as we know, there's a Fourier transform approximates it. So we have 16 feet on the focus surface, and they have a 4 degree beam width. So imagine if I excited one of them, I have in the far field 16 square, 4 degree each, and I can cover that. And so it's like a 16 degree by 16 degree angle aperture. And what we're doing is we can scan all of them, and we select 4 out of them to create a 4 by 4 beam space line. Okay, so this corresponds to a spatial signal space of about 700 elements after the base space. But we can pick 4 out of them because it's going to be a sparse signal. And then we are mapping the 4 RF chains back to one of those 4 beams. So we select 4 out of those 16 strong ones, and then we can send data in there and receive it. There are transmitters, and right now it's doing a single beam. Yeah, those are just waveguide feeds. Right now it's actually reflecting from the pillar, and I just look at that. That's actually half wavelength, 28 gigahertz. So that's like a reflector, it's like a mirror. So we are getting an online side reflection, and we can do multi-user processing too, spatial reuse as you call, by jointly crossing beams and interfaces. So this is an alternative to phase arrays or traditional analog beamforming, where you make the lens do the beamforming and then you select. Rather than sampling with the aperture, we are sampling beam space.
So you've put your array of horns in the Fourier plane of the lens?
Yes, exactly right. Focal plane, exactly right. And this is just nothing but a planar convex lens. It has f is equal to its diameter, 6 inches in this case, and so mathematically you have an aperture domain and it's a Fourier transform, so the beam space domain is exactly equivalent. You can do everything that you can do in the aperture domain, but because your angular spread is usually limited and your space is sparse,
you also have to consume space.
Yeah, you have to.
You have to have that gap.
Yeah, this is actually based on our theory. You need to have a certain spacing to do the critical spacing, and then you can cover more angular spread by putting.
Phased array,
Phase array, you would need the gap. You will have lambda over 2 spacing in a phase array.
You don't need that.
Oh no, but phase array, here's the problem with phase array. Phase array can only excite one beam right now per aperture, because each beam or data stream require multiple phase shifters. So this can actually simultaneously excite 4. There's nothing out there right now which can simultaneously excite 4 beams from the same phase array. Yeah, then you're losing your game.
Or I can synthesize what the phase should be at each of my phased array elements.
Yeah, but what
you have multiple spaces.
No, you can't.
Then lose dynamic.
But what will happen is that for each beam you need so imagine there were n, in this case 700 elements. You'll have 700 phase shifters for one data stream, and you'll have to have another 700 phase shifters for another data stream. And that's crazy in a hurry.
That might be difficult.
Very difficult.
What do we do with some panels?
Yeah, then you lose the game.
You'll lose your aperture. You lose power aperture.
Yeah.
But you'll also maybe don't lose power.
You don't, because you're using the full aperture.
Well, but it matters what you drive on.
What do you mean? No, yeah, I think there's a coupling optimization that you can do, but you're not losing any. All your beams are using full array.
Have you looked at the channels that you're seeing when you're at each of these 16?
Yeah.
What are the differences?
Oh yeah, we're looking at them right now, and we can show you some data analytics tomorrow. We are beginning to do measurements. There's going to be tons of data right now. But this is non-line of sight reflection.
What are you actually doing?
Single user, which is sending beaming signals onto that pillar, which is like a reflector almost at 28 gigahertz. It just happens to be, and then I'm sending a bounce back.
And this is so there's one transmitter over there?
Just one right now.
He's transmitting, bouncing off the column. And then he's being collected by the lens.
And then we're scanning all the 4, and those red ones are the strongest ones, and you can see the 4 QAM in some cases, and if Manisha moves, maybe we'll get another concentration.
She's interfering. So now you're looking at all 16. Of the 16 receivers.
And you can see where most of the energy is, in the red beams are the strongest beams.
Okay, so you're sort of sampling, kind of like you're sampling the spatial, doing a spatial sampling.
Beam space. Focus on the beam space.
Sort of, I was going to say eigenspace sampling.
It's eigenspace.
It's not really the eigenspace.
It's approximate eigenspace.
It's just
in free space. No, it is actually in free space or fixed. It is almost the eigenspace. Nearly. It's like actually an approximate.
So when you set this thing up, does that, it's sort of the second one from the left and the third one from the top seems to come in the best.
Yeah,
right?
that's
Does
the
that
strongest.
stay that way?
Yeah, it is staying that way.
Which is really the spatial system.
Yeah,
so now if you were to go over there and touch it,
Yeah.
it would move.
Absolutely,
Right?
absolutely, absolutely.
Because he's making a mess.
I'm trying to show
trying to
off.
make a mess.
I'm show off.
So if you turn that
line of sight, man.
So if you turn that horn around and pointed it here, it would look really good, right? Probably all work. That works really well.
There's only one in which I can see the constant.
Now you'll see
Now
them
you can
all.
see more
There's a bit of a
That's
delay
easier.
because
That's
it's
pretty much all
post-processed.
work now.
Yeah,
But then
pretty much.
why do these stay blue? What is the blue and red?
Blue is weaker, red are the strongest four. Something is
but the blue
wrong
ones
with
seem
these.
to show better constellation than these reds.
Yeah, because
So
this
why
is one
it-
sector. This is one sector, and I'm wondering if it needs to have a reset or sometimes.
Sometimes it looks like the so-called the weaker ones are showing the constellation
Yeah.
better.
I think you have insufficient channel modeling.
We're not modeling at all.
You really need to study the
We are. Yes.
don't you think?
Well, channel modeling is done.
Perhaps,
Dad, haven't you heard?
perhaps if we had the IT channel models here,
Yes.
then we could
Yes.
do it better.
So yeah, this is the easier part. So I'll move it, and then you'll see the strong beams.
It'll take a few seconds for it to catch up. It's post-processed.
Yes, that's happening in that lab.
Okay, experimentalist here. Let me just check this.
Did they move?
Oh yeah, something happened.
Something is messed up on this feed. You can see here, maybe I moved it too much. Well, that was still getting some reflections. That's
How
wild.
do you know it's a reflection?
Because that, on this, which way is this? Yeah, 16. So this is that way?
Right now
No.
it's showing 4 RF from
Yeah, it should be coming here. Wow, that
It's commutated. It sort of looks at the chart.
Where's the reflection coming from? I have no idea.
No, it's line of sight. He turned it around.
Do we need a restart or?
Yeah, probably we'll just reprogram it.
How about we reprogram the receiver?
Sure.
Just to be safe. Because I have a feeling something is.
Yeah, something
just do
like-
a test on all the channels that we are getting the right voltage. For what?
Wait, hold on. Can you
Well, that also, just initial cost,
can you see the?
so that we can actually do for.
Which one am I covering up?
But no, in all seriousness, I think, and I'm very
If
interested.
you cover somewhere over here, if you cover this one.
Which one did I just cover up?
You know, this could be
That's that one. Okay. Yeah.
as a
Or actually, even from a
That shouldn't be receiving anything now, right?
like, I mean, we
That's
have
something
the
you
we can do a head down. I mean, that to me is like if you're gonna yeah.
I know.
We just want to enable you to make your research,
Why not?
right? In terms of like making it kind of convincing the industry. Because if you put 4 transceivers
Dan,
here,
can you actually turn off the FPJ and restart it?
We can do regular.
Hey Dan, can you restart it?
so what FPGA board
This is a VC707 evaluation board.
a Vertex
Vertex 7.
Vertex 7
Yep.
board?
Uh-huh.
And what are the stuff you're doing on the FPGA? What processing do you do on the FPGA?
For this demo, it's not processed on FPGA, but we compiled Simulink down to, the VHDL code generator
Sure.
in MATLAB.
Okay.
Yeah, compile that into VHDL, and then we put in our own modifications. I'm not exactly sure what they modified with that, but
Okay.
Yeah.
And Vertex 7 eval board, you use Simulink system generator to kind of target the FPGA.
And then
but most of your processing is done on MATLAB over there, kind of like
for this demo.
Okay.
Because the onboard processing, we're working out some kinks.
Sure. Okay.
And there is also going to be custom data backbone that we do ourselves, or we want to feed it out of the PCI Express.
Okay.
You guys are debugging something right now?
Yes.
For a while, it's supposed to capture. It's basically a lens.
So it is lens with phase driven.
Well, it's lens. Yeah, it's like active all the time. And then you're basically
Exciting.
So you're choosing the beams that are fixed. So that's basically what he's been pushing for a while.
It's just like switching which elements on and off, right? So
Right. It's basically selecting which one.
Lens antenna, there is a 64 element array. And the focus is only one beam at a time.
No, I think it's because of this, the shape of the lens. And then apparently it's active all the time, right? All the beams are active all the time. And it's more of like which one you want to process.
It's the shape and it's the spacing too.
Yeah. So for a phased array, we'll need to do something like to have 4 different beams. Here.
But you say the thing which we are not considering, the latency, the subframe size is small, so you can serve the user in a TDM fashion.
There's TDM, there's even FDM too that you can use. There's a lot more degrees. And I'm curious about the varying beam widths. I didn't get a good answer.
No, and I guess what's the advantage of this approach versus the phased array? I wasn't clear on why.
No, the phased array, what he's saying, if you have 256 elements, if you are doing mu minor, so you have 64 elements, and that reduces your EIRP.
That's basically the trade-off. But the
But
nice
I will argue that one user at a time. And there's
Varying beam width, you send the same signal to multiple elements to create a beam that's however many multiples wide.
At most 16.
Well, that's a limit of how many elements exist, or how many.
It's not how many elements are on the antenna though, it's how many elements you can excite at one time, right? So
Yes.
to really get a wider beam, you would need like 8 channels, or like 8 analog signals to send to.
Yes, essentially.
So each of the horn antennas makes one beam?
Yes.
How do you do the beam steering, or do you not do the... Or you just select which beam, right?
You just select which beam.
Okay, so it's like a fisheye receiver.
You are government, you are...
So we can see the time. Because to me that we are receiving the power.
What's the red highlighting based on? Is it RSSI?
No, it's based on the power. So if you are not receiving anything, you will never light this feed, which means that.
But like, is it on signal strength?
Yeah, signal strength.
Okay.
So if there's something definitely is not. I'll restart the FPGA again and program it again.
Hey, Paul.
You working on this?
I'm working on the FPGA.
What is all this?
This is 16 element beam space transceiver. So each transceiver element, so this one goes through the lens and it'll send a beam that way, whereas this element would send a beam that way, so on and so forth. We have 2 remote stations set up and this is a demonstration of showing that when you move the remote stations, different elements get excited. To show that like you are able to do beam forming on multiple beams without using a phased array, but using a lens instead.
Before we never got any problem with that. What's this for?
Professor Saeed's lab.
Okay.
And this is a NSF millimeter wave workshop.
Okay.
So this is running a 28 gigahertz carrier.
Cool. I have some homework I need to get done.
All right.
I'll see you around.
Yeah.
Not sure what's up.
I don't know what is wrong with that.
So when I cover this one up, that one should go away.
Yeah, I think so.
But it's not really going away.
You mean the corner?
Yeah.
Well, it's hard to tell if you cover the middle
No,
forward.
wait, that's on this side.
So that's this one I'm covering up right now.
Yeah, it's backwards. We usually look at it
So
when it's
so
like
if I cover this one should go away.
Yeah.
All right, that seems legit. It just went away. So I'm guessing that your highlighting is the thing that's causing all the confusion here. Because it seems like you're receiving the correct data and mapping it to the correct graphs, but you're not highlighting the ones that look the best.
I guess it's possible.
I mean, copy the data out and take a look at these data. Time domain.
It probably has high receive signal strength, but just really shitty samples.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering, to see if we are actually receiving the signal or it's just...
It's just like a high strength noise. That could be what it is.
Yeah, so we have to look at the data, right?
So like what you would actually want to highlight would be the ones that process out to be cleaner instead of the ones that have the higher signal strength.
Yeah, ideally that's what we want, yeah.
Well, that's what all our data looks like.
So
We'd have to parse it out to find which one. So it could be like these
What is this a plot of?
I would say we replace that FMC card.
Don't do that now.
two. Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah,
what?
there's not really much
Well,
we
which
can do.
feed is this one?
No idea.
No, I mean, why do you have no idea? Which feed is this one? Which feed?
I don't know, man. It's all.
I mean, they are coming from all these 4 feet. Can you locate it to the middle one, like this one?
This is all 16.
Oh, they are all 16.
Yeah. And then the first half is the real ones, and then the second half is the imaginary ones.
So you assume this
So the
part?
last one should be like one of the bottom corner ones.
Yeah.
And the first one,
But
I
can you?
don't remember if it counts rows or columns.
Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this one is the 7th feed. So it should start from 6
times 2 to the 14 plus 1 to 7 times 2 to the 14. 6 times 2 to the 14 plus 1 to 7. Yeah. To 7 times 2 to the 14. Just do the real part. Single part should be enough. Why don't just truncate it? Wait, this part is 0 out.
That could be there. That could be our data from that clock.
If you zoom in there. No, not that. The
Can you just truncate
part with
truncate the data?
It's like zooming close enough on a chunk to see if it's like actual stuff that you're supposed to be receiving.
We're gonna start writing stuff down.
What?
You're gonna start writing stuff down in a minute.
Okay. No,
Yeah, so it's pretty noisy. Pretty low power. For a 16-bit signal to be under 600. That's their signal.
super weak.
Yeah.
There's some components error. Right.
I'm gonna turn it off.
Sure. So which component do you think we can replace?
Might be the switch. Probably the switch if it's all that whole quad. Well, I guess if it's a whole quad, then it could be anything after the switch. What? I don't know. Where am I going? Room 2309, I guess.
Shut the stream down?
Yeah.
Okay.